Hello there. Ooh, what's going on? Getting a bit of a lag. Yes, hi. Welcome to Draw With Me. I'm Danny Gregory, and I'm a little worried that there's a bit of a lag here. What's going on?
Yeah, it's because it's raining here in Phoenix, so...
Yeah, everything is kind of strange. It's possible that I may need to pause. Let's see what happens.
Dear.
I know. Oh, I know why it is. Okay, I got it. Let me just see. Okay, sorry, I need to change one thing here. And what an auspicious beginning. There we go. That's better, right? Okay, good. Still feels a little laggy. Anyway, hello and welcome to Draw With Me, home of technical difficulties. That's our specialty. So it's nice to see you all. And today is, well, we just had a wonderful cavalcade from last week's show where we celebrated school pictures by doing some drawings from a yearbook from, was it the late?
1957.
1957, yes. So that was nice. And here's JJ.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, JJ.
Hi.
You don't seem laggy.
Well,
I'm living in the past. I'm just a step behind. I'm like, oh, there's old grandpa. Wait, what happened?
that's technology for you. Keeps you guessing.
Anyway, yes, you're looking very nice today.
Thank you.
Yes.
As are you.
Well, you know, it's just a gift. So let's see. We have a lot of friends here today. We have Anne Marie, who just became a member.
Thank you.
And we have Natalia, who also just became a member.
That's so nice.
We have Heather, who knows nothing about Downton Abbey.
How is that possible?
What planet are you
It's a
living on?
long-running show, but yes.
She's probably one of these, like, I don't
we
watch
give you grace.
TV people, so
It's
yes.
PBS, though. That's the public broadcast, so that's the...
Is it?
Yeah, it was on PBS, for sure.
No, it's HBO. Netflix? I don't know, wherever it is.
Anyway.
Anyway, good. So
We love Downton Abbey. And there's a movie that is the final chapter of the saga.
finally, I thought they've already promised us the final chapter.
I do feel like they have
I
been...
mean, the actors are dying.
They're dragging it out.
There are fewer and fewer actors left. Anyway, Jennifer, her birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday. Keep it
nice,
going.
very
You know
nice.
how we celebrate. We like a whole week of a birthday. So
We got a few cards from people.
yeah, the mailbag.
Yeah.
We had birthday season here. So
We had here's a card. I noticed actually that there was somebody here from Poland. Ola from Poland. We just got a card here from Poland, which is from our friend Sarah Harris, who is at the Urban Sketcher Symposium
which is a really fun thing to go to.
in Poznan. Where is Poznan? Do you know about that?
I don't know.
Maybe it's not in Poland. Maybe this was sent from Poland. It's got Polish stamps on it. Anyway, Poznan. What else? We got this. I love this card.
Oh, and I think Whitney is here.
Okay, so Whitney sent me this card.
So handmade birthday
happy
card.
birthday card.
I mean, how
but
lovely is that?
what's so nice about it is these are some of my books. Shut Your Monkey, Art Before Breakfast, You Do You, Everyday Manners.
I mean, how special.
Really nice.
Whitney, we're
There's a
going to
sketchbook.
keep that.
Thank you so much.
It was from
really
Whitney,
nice.
right?
It was.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank you, Whitney.
We're going to keep that. That's a keeper.
What else? We have here Terry Mensch sent us a nice little card that she's taking her sketching practice to Alaska,
How cool.
and she's at the airport getting ready to board the National Geographic Seabird 14-day excursion.
Very nice. She won a prize for signing up for our Start Your Sketchbook Journal course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's.
And then we have two cards here from Laura Bradshaw. One is to you, I think, and one is to me because our birthdays were separate. But this
equal.
one, they both have good jokes in it. This one says, "I name my dog 5 miles so that I can tell people I walk 5 miles every day." I do like that one.
Zing!
And this one says, "Why did the art thief's van run out of gas as he drove away from the museum? Because he had no Monet to buy Degas to make the van go."
Oh my gosh.
Laura. I don't
Laura.
But Laura also sent a nice thing saying that she's moving back to Salmon, Idaho. I guess she maybe lives in 2 different places, but and
She's invited us to come visit, yes.
Yes, and she invited us to come and visit her there. So that was very nice. And here's a nice little card that she made. So it's very nice to get stuff from you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
do
We really
enjoy it.
appreciate it. And having our birthdays recognized was nice too.
Yeah.
What else? Is there anybody else who I need to acknowledge? Whitney was like, yes. Grace, her birthday was Monday and her grandson was Tuesday.
Very
That's nice.
nice.
So you got a grandson
Cheers.
almost as a late birthday present.
That's so sweet. It's
That's
funny how
very
families
nice.
tend to have birthdays in clusters.
Yeah, she says grandsons, so I wonder if they're twins. Even
Oh.
better. So yes.
Very nice.
Yes, Kathy says upstairs, downstairs was,
The predecessor,
yes,
which was a great BBC show.
down. Shane says he always thought it was Downtown Abbey, where the lights are bright. So yes, so Michelle Elder just became a member too.
Oh, thank you, Michelle.
This is very good. E.B. Snook says some of us don't have a TV.
Point taken.
I feel bad. I'm sorry for you. But you
Well,
obviously have a computer.
The new offering is in the movie theaters, to be clear. It's a Downton Abbey film, feature-length film, which we will be seeing. And some people in the chat said they've already seen it and they loved it. So
Very good.
we're excited about that. But we were thinking of, because you're drawing people this month in the membership. People,
Yes. In fact,
timber.
yesterday I screwed up. Maybe you benefited from it, but if you weren't a member, you still got invited to my members only thing yesterday, where we did, where we were inspired by Myra Kalman, and I did a little gouache painting. So, yes, if you are a member, you now get to see that recording. If you're not a member, you're not.
You can always join.
Jan says, pretty sure that the lag was from our time travel because we're about to wait to do Downton Abbey.
That is Spot on.
That's very creative.
Very astute.
So, I just want to say one thing. So we wanted to do Downton Abbey just because it's beautiful. We also are fans of The Gilded Age, which was made by the same team, and just the taste and the beauty, just all the stuff, And so, but for legal reasons, we don't like to kind of use appropriate stuff that we don't have the rights to. So we couldn't bring in like stuff from the movie. But I think it's fine, because what we are doing instead is we got a bunch of old archival pictures from the Edwardian era. Victorian, Edwardian, kind of, then it goes into the 20s. But this is sort of, let's think 100 years ago, 110 years ago. And we're just going to use real pictures of real people as the basis for our drawing. I think that's going to be nice.
Yes.
Yeah?
Inspired by.
So it's Downton Abbey adjacent.
Yes.
It's the period, not the commercial endeavor.
Right. Not the copyrighted material, if you will.
This is what happens when you have a producer. Here, who watches out for us, so we don't get in trouble.
We try not to get in trouble.
So regardless of if you've seen Downton Abbey or not, it doesn't matter. Downton Abbey is a TV show that takes place with a family, and it's kind of like Upstairs, Downstairs. You might remember that. It's about the rich, wealthy lords and ladies, and it's also about the people who work in the manor and are, the servants and stuff like that. So you get a full sense of the society. So we're going to do some drawings. I have a lot of reference, but we're probably going to focus on 8, and we're going to do some kind of more, how do we call it? The upstairs and some of the downstairs, just to show the difference in how people dressed and to some extent how they looked. Anything else? No. Okay. I'll take that as a no. Let's have a look at our reference.
Let's go.
Okay, so here is just a nice lady. So this is our first drawing.
I mean, look at that insanely detailed couture.
It's beautiful. It's sort of
pretty.
lace. Yeah, lace, I would say.
I mean, frills.
Yeah, it's very nice.
The hat. It's very modest.
But it's also the posture.
Yes, that's true.
I think that's sort of typical of this period, because they would have bustles, and look at her waist.
Although the bustles were really kind of on their way out at this point.
She has like a 16-inch waist, it looks like.
Well, we have no scale to fully understand.
But just see how it comes in. I mean,
yeah.
It's like, yeah. So she has this waist, which she does show off, but then everything else is sort of covered. And look at some of the details, like this shoulder pads. So I don't know. Let's see how long it takes to do this. It's possible that we'll just spend the whole time doing this one. It is somewhat deserving of that.
Now, what is she holding in her hand? Because I cannot discern it. Is it a handbag?
It looks like a corsage almost.
Oh, flowers.
Bouquet of flowers, right?
Oh.
Yeah. I also don't know if this is American or English or something else.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't, in a way, because they were all sort of, at this point, people were definitely going to the continent, right? These old photographs, because they're not super high resolution, it's sometimes hard to see some of the details, but...
Well, then you can kind of make your own story up, right?
Yeah, and figure out how you want to do it.
Kimberly said she's holding a parasol, which I thought before I really looked at it, but...
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, because a parasol, you feel like you would see more of the handle and the like.
No, that's a bunch of roses.
I think she is holding a bouquet.
Yeah. That's a bunch of roses.
A parasol would be more practical, but she's clearly posing for a portrait, right?
I actually have a lady holding a parasol, which we could do later on.
All right. Because that was a thing one did when one went out for a perambulation, right?
Sure. You didn't want to have a suntan. That's what like the farmers in the outside workers would have a suntan, but if you were a, a
Lady, highborn,
lady, yeah.
an aristocrat.
There's so much pressure on people in those shows, and kind of behaving in ways that feel almost unnatural.
Well, it's like you really couldn't escape
Society.
Well, you're set up to fail, right? Like there's just.
Yeah, I think in the Gilded Age even more so, because the Gilded Age is like Americans pretending to be Europeans, and they're just like super judgmental.
Right.
Super like into kind of the politics of it all. I mean, in the end, Downton Abbey, it takes place in the country. It's a bit more in tune with nature. So I think that and they're also like a family that's been there for hundreds of years. So they're just a little less sort of precarious. The Gilded Age, it feels like everybody's very.
Well, the Gilded Age
fragile.
society is really changing, right? There's like
That's true also.
acceleration of, long-standing norms are changing.
It's happening in Downton Abbey too, because like women are getting a bit more power and working class people.
Well, you see what happened. So Downton Abbey, one of the earlier seasons, they have a character goes to World War One.
Right.
Right, and that is
World
a
War
paradigm shift because
World War One really changed society.
Yes, so that's a storyline that.
Gilded Age is before that. It takes place in the late 1888 kind of period. I think so it's like the Civil War is over. It's in New York. So.
Well, and there's like the whole industrial, like robber baron, main character and his wife are new money because he's made a bunch of money with his railroads. Right. So, there's this push and pull between the last bastion of, the old ways, and they're sort of fighting against these new, the nouveau. However, in the end, those with the money they're gonna have power and influence.
It's also interesting because in Downton Abbey, there's a character who is an American from a wealthy family, and basically this English lord marries her. I mean, possibly for love, but it also is implied that it's kind of like a save the manor kind of move, right?
So that castle, what is it called? Highclere Castle?
Highclere, yeah.
I read that and I never knew this, but the character, the Lord, I'm not going to remember his name, but the two dogs that he has are named like Egyptian names, right? They're Labradors. And several generations back, his like great-great-grandfather was the one who had discovered King Tut's tomb.
Really?
Yeah, in real life.
In real life?
Yes.
Oh, you mean that the people who lived in that actual manor house?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So, when I was thinking about what kind of reference we were going to have for this, we were also talking about illustrators of this period, because there were just some amazing, amazing illustration that was being done in this period. And probably the greatest illustrator, at least in America, was Charles Dana Gibson. And he was drawing these kinds of people. And I was looking at a bunch of his work this morning, and I hesitated.
You got intimidated.
Well, I just thought that everybody would be like, oh God, how am I ever going to draw like him? So I didn't end up showing any of that stuff. But I think you should go and have a look at him. Charles Dana Gibson, 3 words. And if you've never seen his work before, just see, first of all, his hatching and his use of pen and ink is just incredible. So, and also if you like this period, he is very much.
Yeah, Michelle says Gibson girl.
Exactly, the
That's-
Gibson
yeah.
girl. Because the Gibson girl was sort of like this glamorous way of presenting young women. You know, they're still modest in this sense. You know, they're still wearing these kinds of clothes, but it's just story. You could tell storytelling and character, and he just was just really impressive. See, this dress, it has these little kind of tiers and stages to it, which is actually pretty helpful in drawing because you can sort of see where they line up. You know, so I'm seeing that like this is lining up with the bottom of the roses, and then you know you can kind of draw it in little sections. That makes it more manageable. Take you to figure out like what this angle is back here.
I mean, it's such a pretty dress, but it's like hugely impractical, right?
I mean, you'd just be dragging this white dress in the dirt. I mean, in those days also they didn't have a lot of paving, right? I mean, maybe if you lived in a big city there was, but there was also like horses everywhere and mud and stuff. So.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm not sure how I think I made her head too big.
I think you kind of skimped on the hat.
I think it's because I got worried that I was making this head too big. So. All right, well.
I think you did a lovely job.
Thank you. I mean, I ain't no Charles Dana Gibson, but he's dead, so at least I'm alive. It's more than he can say.
You're keeping the tradition alive.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice. I was thinking originally that I might bring these gray markers into play, but I'm kind of having second thoughts about that now, or at least certainly not with her. But there's lots and lots of patterns that you can put in here.
Yeah, I mean, you have creative liberty.
Yeah, I mean,
in full force.
all this lace is like little holes, but they're also making little stripes. Mm-hmm. You know, and then there's like the edges here. So you decide how much, you know, you want to get into all that stuff. It's kind of your call. But
It doesn't really matter, but my little camera on my thumbnail is totally off my face.
is it really?
Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were drawing.
Well,
I'm back.
there she is. Okay. All right, so I'm feeling pretty good about this.
I think you did. I am very impressed.
Thanks. All right, so should we move on? Do some dudes. This is also, you know, So here's this guy, who is
Another aristocrat.
yeah, he's you know, he might be a businessman. I mean, look at that top hat.
Top hats are cool.
You know, I should really go back to wearing a top hat.
Did you ever? I could see you doing
I
that.
did in the 1870s.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah. So
No beard, unfortunately for you.
it's true. But yeah, there were beards certainly, but I think it was phasing out, and I think younger people didn't. And I think I don't know if it was different between America and England. I always have the feeling that English people, but the king had King Edward, who was the king, hence Edwardian. He had a beard. And usually, as the king goes, so goes England.
Yeah, it's like a real severe part.
I mean, it's brillantined, right?
Yeah, it's lacquered down.
Yeah, he doesn't. I'm changing him a bit, but I do like this starched collar.
I mean, the whole thing is very tailored. You know?
Yeah, it's very buttoned up.
Yeah, and it's also like clearly made to measure,
Oh yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, he wasn't going to Uniqlo to pick this up. Yeah, and this cravat with the pearl in it. You know, I actually went through a period where, do you remember Jeff Griffith?
No.
You never knew him? So I remember vaguely owning a starched collar like this, because in those days you would take the collar off, and the collar and the shirt were separate entities.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you would
So you just wash the collar, basically?
you would replace the collar.
Oh, I see.
So you'd have like a whole bunch of collars, and then they started making them out of celluloid, which I never really understood, but yeah, so you had them celluloid collars. And I had a friend, he actually worked for me, and he was very into swing dancing. And he used to wear collars like this, and he would wear these kinds of shirts. And he wore like to work. Yeah.
That's a bit extra.
Jeff Griffith. Jeff, if you're out there, howdy.
So Tamara has identified this individual from the photograph.
Who is it?
He is Spencer Eddy from Illinois, and he lived in Manhattan.
Okay, so he was an American then.
Yep.
So he's more Gilded Age than Downton Abbey, but.
Yeah, Jen mentions you'd have to sit up pretty straight in that outfit. Not a lot of give in those fabrics.
That's true. Also, there was no dry cleaners. And they were living, as I said, like the streets were kind of dirty.
I mean, you would use a clothing brush, right?
Well, you wouldn't. Your man would.
Right. Your
Yeah, I mean, dressing like this, you had to have staff.
your butler.
Yeah.
And the cane, of course.
A walking stick. That you could also use to beat away ruffians. Disperse ruffians.
Oh, yes. The correct term for a manservant is a valet,
True.
not a butler. A butler is about the household, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Butler was a manservant.
Valet.
My proportions are pretty off here, unfortunately.
I think you're taking some liberties, but it's mostly working. I think you really got the sheen on that top hat.
Yeah, this whole area is a bit confusing with the stick and what's going on exactly underneath here.
Well, it's sort of a dark background, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's going to throw off this whole thing here, but whatever.
You're making him more jazz than gilded. He's got a bit of swing.
It's true. It's true. It's also because she's kind of bending this way and he's bending that way, so I don't know.
It still works.
It's a matter of, when you do anything like this, it's like, are you going to concentrate on just getting the clothes right, or are you going to really try and do like an anatomically good drawing of a person?
Well, considering you have a short amount of time and you're trying to achieve 8 people, what can you really do?
That's true. Yeah, all right. Speaking of, let's maybe move on.
MoveOn.com.
.org. Okay, let's move on to, so this is another lady. Do we want to draw another lady, or do we want to draw somebody else?
I mean, I'm sure you want to draw another man.
No, I don't. I like drawing this lady.
Okay.
This feels like a Gibson girl. This pose and her, she's...
Well, what else do you have? Should we see the
Yeah, let's see what else we
options?
got. So then we got this guy who's like a totally different look with a boater and a kind of...
It's nice that he's facing in the other direction.
And he has like a kind of a snazzy waistcoat and...
He's got a mustache.
he's got a stash. And then we've got...
Oh, yeah.
So this is the first maid. So here's
Yeah.
a maid.
I mean, that's an iconic...
So maybe we just hop to the maid. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
We can come back and do other rich folks, but so she has kind of a lace apron and lace cuffs and collar. And then the hat is just sort of like it looks like a shower cap.
No, I think it is kind of a...
I guess it's supposed
I mean, it's loosely meant to like keep the hair out of the food or something, right?
I don't know. I don't think she worked in a cafeteria, but yes.
Well, you know what I mean.
I think you just don't just expose your hair.
Right.
You wear a hat. I'm going to make her kind of more manga style for some reason. I guess in those days, your other options were, like if you lived in the city, you might have to be working in factories and things like that. So
I mean, I think having this type of, maid position is very desirable.
yeah, I imagine so. I mean, in Downton Abbey, it's in the country, so their other option is that they might work on a farm, or they might work in in the village in a shop or something. But this is probably a pretty good job. I mean, you got room and board.
And you got food, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the board is.
Right, and you got the staff meals.
Yep.
That's a huge part of the Downton Abbey experience, is you really get to know so many of the characters who work in the house, and they, of course, interact with each other, and some fall in love, and some are scoundrels in their, sort of various plot lines of their machinations. And,
Both shows had a gay character.
Well,
Downton Abbey and Gilded Age.
And he was one of the characters who had, created a bit of trouble, was like constantly sort of stirring the pot, and was a bit dishonest. But then he turned into one of the more lovable characters, remember?
That's true. Well, you ended up feeling sorry for him.
No, he ended up being like a really, he had a turnaround. It really is a soap opera. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest.
And so was Upstairs, Downstairs.
Exactly.
And then there was also, it was a series of books, but it was also, I think, a TV show called The Forsyte Saga. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was a public PBS show as well. It was a BBC PBS show. I'm not going to draw this whole tea set. This doesn't seem like it fits into this layout.
Well, when we had originally talked about doing a Downton Abbey theme, instead of just drawing people, we were saying, well, okay, what are iconic Downton things? And a tea set was one of the reference photos I pulled out, and it was so intricate.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was like, it would take the whole session just to draw this tea service.
Yeah, we could spend the whole day doing a cup. Tamara says the Forsyte Saga was huge when I was a child. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
All right.
So Jennifer says the design on the teapot looks like rose malling. Am I pronouncing that right?
It might well be.
Rose milling? Rose mailing? Rose
Oh,
malling?
this is Miss Cicely Stuckey. I see. I didn't even notice that her name was down there.
She's
all right.
Lovely.
Okay, let's move on to a footman, I believe I have next.
Okay, let's see.
He is a footman. Kind of a handsome fellow. Put him down here.
Tutti Frutti says, I'm down to spend the entire draw with me with a tea set.
Well, maybe that'll be next time. We'll have a tea party. That was another thing you wanted to do.
That
actually.
was. When you were like, oh, I think it would take me the whole episode just to do this. And then I was like, well, what if we did a tea party? See, we do spend some time thinking about how to make this all work.
It's one of the largest points of contention in our marriage.
I know we definitely argue every week about it. I think we've mentioned that before.
Well, and usually we have been asking the members to contribute.
But you didn't do it yesterday, did you?
I didn't, no. Well, because it wasn't just members that came yesterday. Because,
that's a good point.
I accidentally
left the doors.
Left the floodgates open. All right, so this young man is a footman, and he's wearing these brass buttons, which is sort of probably like a military vestige. And then the lapels are also on the waistcoat. And then he's wearing a white tie. See, that's an interesting...
Kristen says, a tragic face.
Is he tragic?
I don't feel tragic about him.
No.
I feel like he's young and he's got, his life ahead of him.
He seems like a bit of a lad.
And a footman is, again, a pretty good job.
Is there any mobility?
I think so. Yeah. I think you get promoted to be like a valet, or you can, you can go from, there are footmen and then there are footmen, right? Like you can become the head footman, that kind of situation.
Which is confusing, being the head and the footman.
Well, because there are some footmen that serve and others who don't, right?
Oh, is that
and
what it is?
And the ones who serve I believe, they have a higher ranking, if you will.
Right. 'Cause sometimes it's the
Listen to me, like I know about this.
Sometimes it's how many times have you read House of Mirth? JJ reads House of Mirth every single year.
I do.
So
you know when I usually read it is if I get sick. If I get sick and I have to spend the day in bed,
it's like your comfort.
it's my chicken soup
read.
for the soul. That's right. I just
comfort
go
read.
straight to Edith. We know how it's going to work, and it gets me through. Yeah, I like how you exaggerated the buttons, because I do think that's a...
Yeah, I just kind of felt like the buttons were sort of fun.
Well, the buttons sort of give the fact that it's a uniform and not like a bespoke...
That's what I'm saying. It's sort of military because it's more... it's... In some ways, perhaps more practical clothing.
Probably not made to measure, right?
Well, I mean, imagine you're wearing this and you have to sort of... I don't know if they did cleaning or if that was just the women, the
I
maids
don't
who
think
did
footmen
that.
did cleaning. I mean, they would take
But they must have done. But they no. But
they serve it and take the plates away.
But footmen also rode on the back of the horse, on the back of the carriage. That's the foot. They would ride on the back.
Yeah.
Remember from Cinderella? Or maybe she meant that my drawing was tragic. He looks a bit more tragic in my drawing.
I mean, your face is not doing this guy, not doing him justice. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of didn't give him a mouth.
Well, the problem is that his jaw kind of came down too small, so I ended up, he's suffering.
Yeah.
And I also made it look like he has his hands in his pockets, which he never would. His hands are actually behind him. All right, well, he's a bit odd looking, but he's mine. Okay, Judy Fruity is suggesting
Quentin Blake.
Yeah, I like Quentin Blake. Yeah. It's very difficult. It's surprisingly difficult actually to draw like Quentin Blake. It seems easy. I've tried it a little bit, but we could definitely do it. Okay, so let's move on.
Who's next? Here we
have a chauffeur.
Chauffeur.
Let me just see, because we probably only have time for one or two more. So let's just make sure that we've gotten. See, I like this guy. This guy's kind of looks like a bit of a,
A rapscallion?
Yeah, he's not part of his entourage. He's more of a lad.
I mean, I do like with the chauffeur, you could get a bit of the car in there.
True. Okay, well, but now I'm going to get in trouble for drawing too many men. So let's see who else we have. This couple I thought was really cool, but a little complicated. But there's a whole bunch of these pictures that are like at
The horse races or something?
I think. Look at her hair, her hat. This is in more 20s, though. Definitely. Look, he's wearing spats. And he has his umbrella, and then he also has his little case with his binoculars on it.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
And I have this woman with this really great coat with these buttons on it. So, and then we have a woman with a parasol. And that's just the first 11. I have 23 more. I'm kind of...
Let's just see them, though.
Okay, let's just see them. Good point. Okay, so here is this lady with a parasol. And next we have this lady playing croquet.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then we have this lady having tea. And look at that embroidery on it. Can you see this?
Yeah, but that seems like it'd be hard.
That's pretty nice. Embroidery. And then we have this couple with their dog out shopping.
Love getting a dog in there.
Little Scotty. And they're standing outside of a Victrola store. music fans, obviously. And here's this guy who's like, I thought he might be drawing. Well, he's holding like a sketchbook, looks like, in his hand. And yeah.
An original urban sketcher.
It's true. And then this guy is very much like a kind of a
businessman.
Yeah, tech bro of his era. And then we have, this is actually the king.
With his beard.
Yeah, bearded king. And this couple, let's just do this couple.
The horse racing couple are very compelling. I know
what about this couple though?
Well, I can't see them yet because I have
have a look here.
Okay.
Yeah, I like their composition too. It's sort of cute. Young couple. He's got a mustache. She's got a hat.
You think they just got married?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, so this way we'll get 2 for 1. He's wearing a nice bowler hat, which we haven't drawn yet.
I mean, his getup feels consistent with what you might see in modern day Brooklyn. I mean, I can picture Tommy Kane wearing this.
It's true. He's like a very early hipster.
Proto hipster.
Or are you just saying that because of his stash?
No, I'm saying it's like it's everything. The shoes, the like narrow pants, the bowler hat.
The neck tattoo. I made him look a little shady.
So what do we think this couple's story is? Are they like part of the staff on a day off kind of thing? Or are they...
They might be merchants.
That's shopkeeping.
Business owners.
Yeah,
shopkeepers.
they have a small business. That's nice. Another one, I think when I pulled reference, was I pulled some people who were clergy. That was another big thing you could do, right?
Yeah.
Like if you didn't have a, entitlement for being firstborn, you had
Become
to...
a vicar.
Yeah, you had to figure something out.
Well, and then there's also clerks, like people who work in an office.
Yep.
There could be that.
Or an author. Although they'd probably be
Journalist.
more starving.
Well, no, this is also the age of Dickens. So
I mean, don't you think Dickens was like a scrawny little dude?
he had a majestic beard.
So Tamara thinks it's an expensive hat, which I would
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
this is not like
this isn't somebody who is.
Yeah, this is a pretty serious hat. It's true.
Yeah.
He seems to have this is like a little watch chain there. Yeah, I mean, this is not an everyday hat. And so
We're talking about the lady's hat, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah.
to own a hat like this,
Like that's trim.
that's an expensive hat.
Yeah.
And it's not the kind of thing you would wear that often. So, and then she's got all that. So maybe I don't think it's a wedding thing though. This is just not what people wore when they got married. Could be an Easter
Maybe
bonnet.
they had been attendees at a wedding?
It could be it could be Easter Sunday.
Easter bonnets.
Easter Sunday, exactly. Easter Sunday,
Interesting.
and they're coming out of church, and they've got it all going on.
Yeah. They're in their
Sunday best.
Easter parade.
Yeah. Easter finery. No makeup. Women didn't wear makeup, really. Right? Powder, maybe?
They definitely wore powder, and I think they would have rouge.
Rouge, really?
Yeah, I think so.
But they didn't have eye makeup, and they didn't have lip stuff.
I think they probably did, honestly.
Really? I thought that was like a thing that was kind of frowned on in the 20s when women started wearing it.
Well,
You look like a hussy if you were a painted lady.
right. I think you could apply it in such a way that it didn't, was an enhancement more than a paint job.
Paint job.
I think women have always had cosmetics.
Spackle. Not a lot of plastic surgery being done, though.
No. Surgery, oof, during this period of time.
forget
Oh,
about
boy.
it. Forget about it.
Oof.
Here, bite down on this.
We watched a few shows where we were like, oy vey.
Yeah, if you've ever watched a show, which actually takes place at this time, which
Yeah.
is called The
Nick. Oh, my goodness.
The Nick was like one of our favorite shows, but it was, you would sweat when you were watching the show. You'd come out of it thinking, oh, thank God I'm born now.
Yeah.
Because it was, and not to mention the things that people had wrong with them. The treatment was horrible, but also like, people had, there's a woman in it who had an artificial nose. A tin nose.
No, she had to get her ear,
No.
her arm sewed on because she
Oh,
was like a
yes.
syphilis thing.
Yeah.
So they were using like a skin, it was like a graft, but she had to have the arm like up, so attached to her nose while it grew together.
All right, let's not talk about this anymore. People are going to get upset. It's very upsetting. And she got syphilis from her husband, so
Yeah.
he was cheating on her.
Yes, of course.
It wasn't her fault.
Not her fault. Oh, that show was intense.
Oops, I'm off the camera.
But you also saw you also saw quite a lot of gruesome surgery related to World War I, right? That was not when you wanted to be needing a surgeon.
I think in World War I, yeah, the Civil War was actually worse because I think,
Gangrene.
I think you, yeah, because in those days, if anything was wrong with you, it was probably a death sentence. It seems. Her dress is a lot
Somebody
simpler.
commented her dress is smooth and doesn't have any lace, which is interesting.
I wonder if it's silk or satin. Let's have a look at it up close and see what we can see. Yeah, you see, it's some kind of striping stuff.
Ooh, I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have said it was cotton.
And she has these arm things going on.
Aren't they gloves?
No, they're sleeves almost. See, she has.
She's wearing gloves, right?
No, she's
No?
not. She might be. No, she isn't.
She is.
No, she's not.
She is.
She's not.
She is wearing gloves.
She's not wearing gloves. I'm sorry. She is.
I mean, he's got gloves in his hand,
Right.
so she wouldn't be ungloved.
She's ungloved.
Someone's asking about your pen. Just in the nick of time before we
We went an entire
sign off.
episode without. This pen is a Tombow Fudensuke. You can find a link to it in the description below. All right. All right, I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, I still maintain
might be my
gloves.
favorite.
So Maloma 12 says seersucker.
Seersucker, yeah, could be.
Courtney says shantung silk. Yeah, I think it's possible it's either one of those.
But she does not have gloves on.
She has gloves. She's
No,
wearing
look,
gloves.
look at her. She's wearing sleeves that have little, like, it's a sleeve, and then the dress itself has little short sleeves. Yeah.
Yeah, women do not go out without gloves. And the fact that he's also holding gloves means it's glove season. I think they're just real tight. I think they're kid skin gloves, and that's how they fit on a hand.
Okay. I mean, women wore gloves until the 60s.
Yeah,
really.
women's hands were not.
Is that what it was? Is they didn't have nice hands?
No, it was a modesty thing.
You don't want to, like, see naked hands. Look at the knuckles on that one. Whew. Excuse me.
There's a debate. Some people are like, she's definitely wearing gloves, and other people are like, you can see her knuckles.
You can totally see your knuckle. I'm on the bare-fisted team.
I say gloves.
I'm on Team Knuckles.
Nancy said, JJ's right. Words I love to hear. Thank you.
JJ's
I have
right.
a pair of antique kid skin gloves, and it's like pulling on a wetsuit.
All right, fair enough. Mm-hmm. All right, so there's a couple. Let's have a look at the whole page. Got a bunch of stuff on there.
I think it's really compelling. It's cute.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. So,
You
yeah,
gonna do
and
any lettering, or you're just gonna
I think
land the plane
I'm
here?
just gonna leave it here because what do I have to say about them? Footman
Downton
made.
Abbey? In the time of Downton Abbey.
I think it ended up not really looking that much like Downton Abbey.
Interesting.
False advertising.
Yeah.
I think it looks like ye olde times.
In the olden days.
It's one of my pet peeves is when people use, what is it, back in the day and oldie.
Well, during the war.
Yeah.
Ye old OLD.
Old school is one of my peeves.
Old school is a peeve?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not old school. And old school means nothing. Old school could mean from the 2000s. That could be Lego mutton sleeves.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they are quite. They're sort of, but that is kind of the vibe, right? Vibe is another word I hate.
You're so hateful.
I'm hateful. I'm a hateful man.
I mean, these
a
are
miserable,
like
wretched, hateful man.
really not offensive terms.
I know.
There's so many things
we
you
all
could
have
be
our-
offended by.
We all have
Vibe
our
is
pet
not one
peeves.
of them.
We all have our pet peeves.
It's a vibe.
It's the way it's used.
It's lingo jingo.
Yeah, I'm old school.
The old fuss budget.
That's me. Yes. All right. Speaking as a fuss budget.
Subscribe.
Oh, good. There's a barking dog out there now. So,
Subscribe. Please subscribe.
just lighten this up a bit. So here we are
At the end.
at the end, my friend. So, a few things. More than ever, you have an incentive to become a member. I mean, we're having a really good time with membership. I just want to hold up. I'm not sure that this is actually compelling, but this is what we painted yesterday.
And did you have fun?
Gouache. I had really fun, way more fun than I should have. Yes, so that's every Wednesday. We're getting together at 4:00 p.m. Pacific time, and we're exploring different ways of drawing people. So if you're into it, join us. It's a couple bucks a month, and you're supporting our channel.
You help this stay free.
You
right?
might pay for the replacement for this pen, because I'm not paying for it. I'll tell you that much. Mm-hmm. Hashtag SBS Draw with me. I'd love to see your Downton Abbeys.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to share them with us, you can post them now here on YouTube. It's a new thing. You can also post them on Facebook or on Instagram or in the schoolyard. Whatever you do, make sure you put hashtag SBS Draw with me on somewhere in the description so we can find it. What else? Danny'sEssays.com.
It's free.
This week I wrote a good essay which is about how it was that I
In the olden times.
quit my career, my lucrative career,
To become
in order to become a person who,
artpreneur.
in order to end up here begging you to become a member so that I can buy a pen. Whereas I used to be a Madison Avenue executive, and I explained what the hell happened. Start Your Sketchbook Journal is our latest course. We're getting ready to launch a new one.
Oh my
folks.
gosh.
Coming
If
out
you want to
soon.
hear about it, we'll probably start talking about it next week.
Next week, yes. And subscribe to this channel. Make sure you click the bell, because if you click the bell, then YouTube will notify you when we do something new, which we do a lot.
Yeah.
I put out a new video yesterday, which maybe you got a chance to see, which is telling you not to go to the art supply store. Sounds counterintuitive.
Yep.
But I explain why that is. And yeah,
Check it out.
check it out. You can see that here on this thing. All right, guys, I will see you on Wednesday. And JJ will see you on Thursday. We'll be back. We promise, right?
I do promise.
All right, JJ, say goodbye.
It's been fun.
Bye.
Bye.